We are not live again, but check him out. We have a super special, I guess he's a guest now. I don't know what to call him. He used to be OG Bitcoiner YMB #1. Ladies and gentlemen, Zack Voell.
It's good to be back. It's been like at least a year probably maybe a year since I did one.
Sounds about right. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And this other guy. How's it going, Tim?
Well, here's me. I lost my nice painting. I no longer have my my fake dog wife to bolster me in times of need.
No one to bark in the background or start bleeding uncontrollably, I guess.
No, nobody did that. No, the dog had something messed up with his nose, but I was talking about the owner.
Are you beating dogs now, Tim?
What?
Are you beating dogs now?
No, I'm not beating him. Apparently, no.
Arrest him.
No, when I did meet them, though, she was like, "Yeah, no, he kind of walked into a door." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a likely story." He fell right into a doorknob. He was dinner was late a little bit.
Yeah, very likely story. So, guys, welcome to the show. This is you, me, and BTC. We're going to shoot for a slightly shorter episode today. But the plan is, as promised last week, I'm going to tell you some random stuff about credit cards that I learned just because I thought it was interesting. And we'll catch up with Zach, find out where he's been. And then, of course, we'll follow up with our eToro virtual portfolios. They are our sponsor still, and we're super grateful to them. You can find them at youmeandbtc.com/trade. And they've got 14 cryptos and counting, all great stuff to buy and sell. A $100,000 virtual portfolio can be set up in seconds, and that's what we're going to show off later on. So we thank them for sponsoring us. So yeah, Zach, where you been? What you been up to?
Yeah, it's been... Whoops, my video turned off. Well, I'll just leave it off so that you don't have to look at me.
We'll get a nice smooth connection.
I'm still in New York working in Bitcoin, I guess, full-time as a job, which is, some people's dream, some people's nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been fun. So I work for Masari still. We're like a data company. And I don't know, it's been a blast. I love New York. I love working in this space, meeting like tons of cool people. I was in DC before this, and there's like some cool crypto Bitcoin people in DC. But New York is a whole different level. It's a lot of fun.
Where in New York?
So our offices are in Manhattan, like Midtown area, and I live on the Upper East Side, so a little bit up.
I don't know anything about New York. Are any of those places like the super gangster? Like,
no, I don't know.
No, not Upper Manhattan.
I live in a very safe place where I don't have to talk to poor people. Well,
get away from me with your change.
Just kidding. We're all poor now. This price is
jeez.
So I guess I'm the poor person that everyone wants to stay away from.
If you do an eToro account though, you're going to be way ahead of us because you're going to start with $100,000. But Tim and I just dumped. Like we're way down.
True.
Now, so
true. I love the eToro guys. I've looked at the fantasy thing a little bit and. I haven't opened an account yet, but I love them, and I'm glad like they're sponsoring this show because I obviously love the show too. And I was going to say so Daniel and I, before he dropped out and broke my heart, roomed in college for a little bit, and that's how I found Bitcoin. And then I met Tim online and was like, damn, I don't know if I like this anymore. But I stuck around and kept, goofing around with it, and here I am. But I got to open an eToro account and start trying to beat Tim. Which shouldn't be that hard, I guess. I just have to not lose money.
I was doing okay last week, but I just looked at it now, and it's kind of so there's some issues right now.
Everything's down though. I don't know why. It's just the floor fell out, so we're ruined. It's going to zero.
So here's the fun part, guys. I did realize I accidentally clicked the stream button instead of the record button, so we actually are live. Hello, yeah. Twitch. I don't know if anyone's watching. I'll pull up the dashboard, but. How's it going, guys? If anyone is out there, thanks for joining us. We love you. But price is down. It sucks. Mostly, I don't know, time to buy, I guess. I'll show you later on. I've got a ton of of Bitcoin positions open on eToro, like literally like 30 or 40 positions, and they're all red. So that's a fun time. Did we? So I don't know. I don't actually follow the Bitcoin news nearly as much as I used to. Is there like a reason? Was there like some sort of like SEC ruling or whatever the crap?
There was some
happens?
big sell-off that, I mean, that's what I read as far as part of a one of those random articles they put out, and they're like, well, Bitcoin is dead now. Like $1.3 billion or something like that, I think.
Yeah, there was mass. So the popular narrative is, like, you remember in the top of the last bull run when the CME and SIBO futures launched, and then that was like right at the peak, and everyone started shorting Bitcoin at that point, and like some institutions and professional investors were able to. So backed, like they call them physical Bitcoin futures. I don't know what the hell that means, but like they settled the contracts in actual Bitcoin. Launched a couple weeks ago or a week ago, maybe, I don't remember. And people think that everyone's just shorting Bitcoin now with that, or like whales or whatever are dumping Bitcoin into the new institutional and professional investors that are starting to use back now. Who knows? But that's one of the narratives. The other one is that we're still, like, the halving is coming up, obviously, and people are trying to.
When is that? It's been a while since we had a good halving party.
I know, yeah. Didn't when was the last one? 2016 or something?
Yeah, definitely 2016. I don't remember exact. Early, I don't know, like May-ish is a total guess, but it sounds right. I don't know.
So
but
I'm ready. Up next year, I guess. We'll have to have a party and goof off. But that's so. And then the other one is tomorrow morning. A bunch of like futures contracts expire, and so it just like, and it's a pretty popular narrative that like before the monthly futures or quarterly or whatever expire, that the markets are manipulated and the price crashes or skyrockets depending on the cycle, just to like fuck with.
Hey, if it's traders. Manipulation, maybe I'll take it. Then it means you get to buy low. But it's just manipulation, so it's going to bounce back because of fundamentals.
Yes.
Who freaking knows? Guys, this is not investment advice by any stretch of the imagination. Just to clarify, it is not, never will be. Never listen to us. Don't do what we say when it comes to when to buy what and when to sell what.
The only investment advice I can give is if you counter trade Tim's portfolio, you'll probably make money. That's it.
I agree. That's why. I agree. Tim, with this eToro thing, bought a bunch of. What did you start with? Stellar. He like accidentally dumped $50,000 into Stellar, and I didn't. So, but I don't know. Tim,
do you guys use Keybase, that messaging app like Signal?
I do not.
No. What is that?
It's called Keybase. It's similar to Signal and Telegram, like a privacy app. And apparently, Stellar just did a massive airdrop through them. So I got an email, and it just said like, you got like $25 worth of XLM on your Keybase account.
So all right. So now everyone's going to get it and sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally could happen. So what's the crypto scene like there anyway? Obviously, you've got your work buddies. Is there other meetups that you go to regularly, or I mean?
Yeah, there's like the best Bitcoin meetup I've ever been to is like once a month or something here, and it's from a bunch of. Have you heard of Chain Code Labs?
Nope.
They do. It's just like a bunch of old Bitcoin Core developers that sort of got together and started this like nonprofit company to like teach people how to contribute to Bitcoin Core and build like side projects for Bitcoin themselves and stuff. And they, obviously they're loaded, and they just host a Bitcoin meetup once a month,
nice.
And buy pizza and beer and talk through like new PRs for Core and like news around Bitcoin and stuff. It's a lot of fun, super high quality meetup. And then we'll just like go out and get beers with random Bitcoiners, and there's like small conferences and stuff. like the New York Bitcoin scene is just so much fun. It's a great.
Oh
it's a
yeah,
blast.
I've never been like physically involved that much. I mean, obviously I've had the website and the podcast, and I've done a few conferences, but accomplishing anything in real life is way harder than accomplishing stuff online. So, and my location has, I've never been like physically close to a meetup that, at least not that I knew about. I guess they're probably everywhere, but it's just, you gotta actually make it. Even like a 20-minute drive is kind of annoying sometimes, but whatever.
Yeah, but it's so like I love talking about Bitcoin online, like in chats and Twitter and whatever. But it's like I'm still not like used to it, I guess. I just don't like talking about it with people in public. Like I don't really wear Bitcoin t-shirts. I don't want like strangers coming up to me at conferences or at bars and talking about Bitcoin. Like I was sitting at a Starbucks just looking at a price chart and tweeting about Bitcoin. This was like a couple months ago, but it's so weird. I hate it. And this guy, I have no clue who he was. 2 seats over, just leans over and he's like, "So, do you think the price is going to drop, or are we still in the bear market?" And I'm like, "What?" I just looked at him. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I hate it. It's bad OPSEC and it's awkward. I'd rather just keep it all online.
Yeah. If
I'd be too worried going to one, just the people who would be there, but then two, just if you were looking at trying to rob a bunch of people for the Bitcoin, it wouldn't be that far stretched to just go to one of those things. And I feel like I'd get picked on because apparently everybody in Bitcoin's tall, and then they'd see me and they'd be like, just give me your lunch money, do whatever. You're too short. Give that to me.
True.
So
I don't know. It's fun though.
Yeah.
You and Tim are welcome in my apartment anytime.
All right. That's another thing I was going to ask about living in New York. Are you in like, I guess it's worse on like the West Coast, but are you in like one of those tiny apartments for $3,000 a month?
It's New York,
no.
Daniel.
No, I got pretty lucky. I have like a pretty big 1-bedroom, and so it's Upper East Side, which is like a little bit cheaper than if I was living like near the office or downtown New York, Manhattan area. But I have plenty of room. I have a whole living room that it's just empty still. Like I'm lazy and I never bought any furniture. I don't use it. I have a desk and bed and some bookshelves and stuff. Like my whole bedroom's furnished, but I'm just like, fuck it. Why do I need a living room?
What about the commute? You have to like take the subway or something?
Yeah, it's like a 20, 30-minute train ride, I guess. Not terrible. I read and stuff. I don't care.
Would you say you have weed and stuff?
No, I read.
Blaze on the subway.
I do not. I do not have weed since we're live streaming this. No, I read and stuff. It's fun.
Got it. Okay, so that's Zach's life all caught up. I don't think we missed any little thing. That's everything that Zach's ever done in the past year and a half. So there you have it, folks.
I missed it. Like I mean, in our chats, I'm like, oh yeah, I've tried like maybe 3 or 4 times to come on, and I miss the you, me, and BTC days because that's how I got into this. I like a few months ago, I was listening to I think like one of the first episodes I ever was on, and Daniel just like let me ramble about how I thought Litecoin was so cool and like I love Bitcoin, but like I was just like fascinated with Litecoin. I was like, oh my god, you idiot! Why?
I actually did the same thing recently. I listened to an old episode, and I was like, oh, maybe did I tell you this story, Tim? I forget. Maybe I told it already on a show. Whatever. I'm telling it again. This was just a few weeks ago. I had a friend that wanted to listen to an episode, and he made me pick one. He's like, just pick one. Just tell me which one to listen to. So I'm like, okay, it's like episode 110, 120. I don't know. I'm like, okay, it's 2 years in. It has to be a tolerable episode. Like we had to know what we were doing by 2 years. So I told him this episode, and he listened to it. And like a few days later, I was like, maybe I should listen to it and just make sure it was a good one. So I started listening, and holy crap, we still sounded like we were asleep.
It's so cringe.
Yeah. I'm like,
Sometimes I'll listen. Like, I haven't done a coin podcast in almost a year, but I'll listen to like some of those old ones, even like when I like knew kind of, I think, what I was talking about. And it's like, oh my God, this is so bad.
yeah. It's like you'd think by the time you're 2.5 years in, you would know what you're doing. But nope. Here we are still. We're still learning new stuff, though. Like dealing with Twitch, that's a whole nother beast to finagle. Dealing with OBS and then like not knowing how we even want to like brand the show and starting new shows, different technology. So we still have hiccups here and there. We definitely still do not know what we're doing. But I'd like to think at this point we're at least like awake when we're recording. Who knows?
True.
Maybe not.
I used OBS, or like, so Masar has a podcast like that, it live streams then produces as a podcast, and we use OBS and do you know Restream?
No, the OBS is the only one I've used. I've heard of XSplit as well.
We use Restream and the Restream.io and OBS in tandem.
Yeah, because it goes to multiple places. I have heard.
Yeah. So we push it to like Twitch and Periscope and YouTube, and so it's great. I love it.
Nice.
But it's hard to use at first. I'm still not sure I understand it completely.
Yeah,
OBS,
there's always different stuff I'm learning, how to get different cameras between different scenes, add overlays, follower notifications. It's crazy stuff. In fact, last week I realized, I didn't fix it for this week either. When I switched to my screen share to share my portfolio, that scene, as it's called in OBS, that scene does not have my microphone enabled. So last week we switched to screen share, and then my audio was just cut. So I'll have to try to fix that on the fly this week. We'll see how we do. But the only thing I wanted to cover before we have to split here today is, as I promised last week, was this credit card stuff. Or it's called churning. I've been like reading this Reddit called churning, and I'm not an expert. I got to make that clear up front. I'm not here to tell you all of the insider secrets or anything because I don't know them all. I was just fascinated about how many people go to town on these credit card bonuses. There's people that will get like literally, this is not an exaggeration, they'll get like 20 plus credit cards over a year or two just for like, well, some of the bonuses are great, but those are obviously limited. Like, there's Chase business cards that will get you, I mean, a minimum bonus is like $800 cash, but then you can refer yourself to the card, and then if you redeem the points for travel, you get an extra 15%. So you could get like $1,500 worth of travel out of a single credit card sign-up bonus. And then people will do that like 3 or 4 times a year, and then they'll sign up for 12 other cards. And I don't know. I was just fascinated. Have either of you two ever done a credit card bonus?
No, they won't give me anything. They won't give me enough.
Have you actually tried?
No.
Okay.
Not really. I've always been kind of wary of credit cards. I feel like my intelligence is right at the level where I think I'm intelligent enough to remember and to do the things right, but I also know that they're definitely going to fuck me over.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people's, like, you gotta do the math. Like, obviously they're giving these bonuses for a reason. So like, what's the catch? Are they getting you some other way? And that's a real question. Like, if you did like one a year, but if you put all of your money on that credit card, the bank would probably make their money back in fees. If you're spending all of your money through this one credit card, they're going to make a decent amount in fees, and it would probably cover the sign-up bonus. But if you get a card just for the sign-up bonus and then never use it again, you move on to another card and get that sign-up bonus and then never use it again, and then you move on, you got to think the banks are losing out. But I don't know. Are they? Like, is there a catch? I don't know for sure. I read a post about like, I don't know all the secrets. I don't know all the ins and outs, and I don't have the post in front of me. But the general idea was like, well, yeah, they make a ton of money on fees, on credit card fees. They do want people to carry a balance, but no one on this Reddit really literally no one on this Reddit carries a balance unless they just showed up and they don't know what they're doing. But if you're going to get like 20 bonuses a year, you know what you're doing. You're not going to be carrying a balance because that's going to instantly screw over your profit margin as soon as you start paying 25% interest.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. Then there's like, well, they also maybe they're willing to take the hit on some customers because it balances out their credit risk. If they're good customers, like, yes, they're going to lose money to all these sign-up bonuses, but at least they have a good rating on their books so that they can lend to someone else who's not a good risk. Not a good bet. What am I trying to say? It just balances their books so that they can lend to people with worse credit, maybe. That's a theory that I read. I have no idea. But man, I don't know. Some other stuff I wanted to mention was just the crazy stuff these guys do. Oh, they'll do manufactured spending, because if you're going to get a bonus, you have to spend, they all vary, but it's like $3K a month, $5K a month, or not per month. You spend, say, $3,000 within the first 90 days, and then you get your bonus. But in order to meet these minimum spends, they'll just buy a crap ton of gift cards, or the really crazy people will like buy gift cards and then buy money orders with those gift cards and then deposit those money orders back into their bank account and just keep that loop going endlessly. I don't know if I believe them, but I read numbers like $9,000 a week that these people will just buy in gift cards and then transfer to money orders and then deposit back into their bank. Oh, I would not want to mess with that, but that's some of the numbers people were saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of naturally a little spooked by banks in general, and just kind of, I agree. I'm also just, it's a laziness thing definitely as well, but it's the excuse of, well, I'm just being safe. I don't want to be well,
yeah, it's like Dave Ramsey.
Banks take so much work, though. I'm just like, I just want my money. Leave me alone. Why would I use you?
Oh, yeah, compared to Bitcoin, for sure. I mean, I would never bother with a credit card if it wasn't for the cash back. Like,
oh, yeah.
Because there's no reason to use a bank compared to Bitcoin. There's no reason to do it, except, obviously you can't spend Bitcoin at the grocery store very easily, and then you get cash back. So sure, I do have a credit card, but that's the only reason why. You're right. Comparing the two, it's no dealing with the bank, like 3-day transfers still. Like it's still,
I know.
I mean, yeah, you might be able to get PayPal to do it instantly, but not much. I mean, if you do it too much, it only works instantly really for friends and family. And, if you want to do it with a credit card, then you've got a 3% fee. And it's all insanely complicated. The fact that you even have to get approved for a bank account. It's like, what? It's like a free checking account and you still have to do a credit check? Yeah, you're right. In those senses, there is no competition between a bank and Bitcoin. But, and so that was another reason, speaking of the Bitcoin connection there, it's like, if it is true that all these people that are churning and getting all these bonuses, if they really are screwing over the banks, okay, more power to them. I mean, go for it. I guess it comes down to, it's really probably just a case by case. Some people probably are screwing over the banks for like $5,000 a year, but the bank's not even going to notice that. Even if like 1,000 people do it for $5,000 a year, what's that come out to? 5 million? The bank doesn't care.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's mostly what you're going off of, is just that they just don't care. They're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. We own the world. Oh, wow, you got $5,000 to look at you.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you went on vacation. Woo.
Exactly. Oh, you went to that hotel that cost you 500,000 points, but it only cost us $50.
It's like, I own people. I literally own people, and you're going on vacations.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Man, another crazy one I heard is that they'll prepay their taxes to help them meet their minimum spending requirements to get the bonus. So if they have to spend $5,000 in 3 months to get this bonus, they'll just prepay their taxes in December and then get the refund in April, which again, like, it's a weird thing, but if it works for you, more power to you, because you can pay your taxes with a credit card in some scenarios through certain websites, and if you pay a 2% fee. But the 2% fee might be nothing compared to the sign-up bonus. If the sign-up bonus is $1,500 worth of travel, then sure, you might pay the 2% fee and take the sign-up bonus. But But then, of course, you're out that money between December and April. Although I guess you could file your taxes earlier and get the refund earlier. And like, what else are you going to do with it? Put it in a 0.001% savings account? Like, if you've got $3,000 laying around and you're going to have to pay taxes anyway, again, more power to you if that works for you. If the math all works out and you do make money, cool, go for it. Of course, I love Bitcoin better, but
true.
I don't
Speaking
know.
of $3,000, do you want to? I don't know. I haven't been on a podcast in a while, and it wasn't $3,000. It was just like $1,000 or $1.5 or something. But I had one experience with like DeFi, decentralized finance, like this whole Ethereum thing. Yeah.
I've heard. I haven't like read up on it, but yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's just like building all these decentralized applications for lending and predictions market and all this shit. And I don't really do much Ethereum stuff. I'm mostly a Bitcoin guy and like some privacy coins. But I was like, all right, I'll try it. So it was a DAI. It's called Voell, and it was a DAI-based prediction market. You had to use DAI, the MakerDAO stablecoin thing. So I went through the whole process of selling Bitcoin to buy DAI, and I had to install MetaMask, this Ethereum browser tool. And I transferred the DAI to MetaMask and then it transferred to Voell, which I technically couldn't even use. I had to VPN in. Sorry, Voell. And opened up. So I wanted to bet on Democratic presidential candidates, and I love Andrew Yang, so I just wanted to put some money that he would win. Who cares? And I dumped a bunch of DAI onto this market, and then like a month later, Voell publishes a post on Medium saying, "Oh, we're shutting down Voell. Like, it didn't work out. We built it. They built it on Augur, which is like a blockchain or whatever made for predictions markets or something." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I go in, and they outlined in the post like how to close your bets and withdraw your funds and everything. I was like, "All right, true." So I go in and try and do it, and the one market that they didn't allow to be closed and withdrawn was the one market I bet on. They had like a dozen. They had like a dozen markets for politics and sports and random shit, and you could all like close them and withdraw your funds, even though Voell was closing down, except the one I bet on. So they still have my fucking money. This was like 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm just like, so how do I get my money back? I've given up. I honestly have no clue how or if I'll ever get it back, because they like closed the project down, like it's done, and they gave me a process.
Did they give a reason for why they didn't do that? Like close this one market?
No, it was just listed like, this is how you close your bets, withdraw your funds, and then they said, except unless the only market unavailable is the Democratic presidential candidate market. I'm like, what?
What
like,
the heck?
What? Yeah, so I'm done with DeFi and Ethereum and all that shit. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy my money, because I definitely can't. I don't know how to get it back.
Yeah. Hey, we've all been there. At least I have. We've done entire episodes about our failures. Giant business ideas that we dumped a couple $100 into or a couple $1,000 into, and then they didn't go anywhere. Coins that we thought would be a great idea that didn't go anywhere. And yeah, we've all been there for sure. And yeah, of course, websites that you sign up for. A few weeks ago, I had a story about a cell phone provider that I signed up for them. I was pretty sure it was a scam, but it wasn't like a straight up scam. It was just kind of like a nickel and diming type of thing where you end up all of a sudden like out $20, $50, whatever, and the service really didn't work. Anyway, yeah, we've all been there. And that's on the high end though. Is anything over $1,000 is on the high end of a mistake.
But it wasn't. I don't want to. So I'm annoyed. And if you're listening to this video, give me my money back. But like, it wasn't a scam. It was like a legitimate startup that built this site, and then they just said, "Oh, we're sunsetting the project. Here's how you get your money back." And everyone else got their money back except me or whoever bet on this. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But we all lose money. If you're in crypto long enough, you'll lose some money eventually. So.
Oh, yeah. Crypto is so new, it has to be a live and learn type experience. You can't, even today, even when crypto's 10 years old, it's still new. It's still live and learn. You're still going to make mistakes because it's never been done before. And you don't know which websites you can trust, which ones are going to con you. You know, which ideas might be successful and which ideas are just going to fall apart in a few months. It's necessarily a live and learn space. But that's also one of the reasons we love it. Like I just said, we've all been there. We all have learned which chat rooms are full of scammers.
Yeah. I
mean, that was way back in the day, but, you know, it is a thing. Trading Bitcoin in the chat rooms. So... yeah, that's why we're here, guys. That's how we got here. We're still working through the live and learn phase of YMB. As you all know, we've fiddled with different ideas, different streaming methods, different topics, multiple shows on the network now, and it's been fun. Like I said, I wanted to keep it a little shorter today. I probably got to split within about 5 minutes or so. But, of course, you know that means with this last 5 minutes, you know what we got to do, Tim. Is your screen share working today?
Not anymore. Maybe. No, it is.
All right. So here's what I'll do. You can crank up...
I'm bleeding. Money, I mean.
Bleeding money. Oh, yeah, same. Yeah. I thought you said that at the same time as you, like, reached over to the side. I thought you were looking for, like, a Band-Aid or something.
No, I'm not bleeding too much yet.
All right, so I'm gonna try to fix this audio thing on the fly here, like I promised. So I might on the podcast I might accidentally mute myself for a second. So Tim, talk about your portfolio for about a minute or so while I see because your audio I think is going to be fine. So talk about your portfolio while I try to fix this screen share.
My audio should be fine as long as I screen share. Or if
no, you don't even have to screen share. Or you can, go for it. But
okay.
And tell me how you picked your coins, Tim.
Oh, well, I'll describe that in very much detail. Well, you see, my name is Hyper Butters, so I figured probably the best approach to going into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency trading was just to do it the same way I came up with the name, which was just to think of the first thing. As Daniel made mention at first, I went very heavy into Stellar very early. I only have $32,000 left to mess around with. As you can see by the bottom right corner, I am really, really not doing too well. Last week,
that's tolerable. You're only down $20K on the week.
Yeah, but it's definitely a big difference. What are you at? Are we going to be able to see this?
I do think my audio is working at the moment. No guarantees. Worst case, I'll just have to cut this out and put in my own audio. But yeah, where am I at? Oh, frick, you got me. Now I got logged out. I was at 85 and some change.
Oh, well, I'm still
you got me again.
Wait, are you sharing? Because I'll stop and I'll check the stream to see if I hear you.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Go check. Yes, I am screen sharing in that sense of the word. But now, of course, I got to find my friggin' password again because it logged me out. So let's see what we can do here. It's a great day for fixing stuff on the fly.
What is...
Zach, if you had to go all in on, let's say 3 cryptos, but none of this what's the word? Maximalist. None of this maximalist bullcrap, because we're gonna say you can only invest for like 3 to 6 months. So this is not about fundamentals. This is about like, this is going to spike. Yeah, Neo sucks, but I don't care because I only need it to spike within the next 3 months.
that guy, speaking of Neo, that guy who's like at consensus every year with a sign, Neo stole my money or Neo owes me money. He's there every year, just like with a cardboard sign outside the conference. Hilarious. 3 coins. So I love Grin, the privacy coin, Nimble Wimble or something. I mean, I own some now, and obviously this is not financial advice, but if I'm building my portfolio, and I would, and I have bought Grin. I also own Tezos, which I think it will be, if we're not long term, but if we're like speculating for a couple months or maybe a year or something in the future, buy some Tezos. I would buy and have bought Tezos.
Okay.
And then Cosmos. It's like this interoperability coin that everyone loves and has a huge community around it. And I don't know, interoperability seems like a big meme for the next year or two.
Okay.
And yeah, so I buy those 3. And I have bought those 3. That's where I'm at right now.
Got it. What's the verdict on the audio, Tim? Seem working?
Yeah, you're good. I was checking for a little bit, but what was that? Don't make fun of me.
No, I said nice because I'm glad geez, calm down,
You're
Tim.
beautiful. No, I'm not doing as well as I was before. I no longer have my fake money to feel good about.
So, Tim, I'll go ahead and pipe, if I can figure it out, I'll pipe my screen into you so you can comment on my...
Don't pipe my screen into me.
Okay. So you can comment on my status here. So yeah, like I said, 85 and some change. Pushing 86. But yes, unfortunately, Tim is beating me again. Total bullcrap. Look at this wall of red over here. The only reason Ethereum is green for me is because I dumped it all a week or 2 ago, and then I just bought more today after it crashed. That's the only reason Ethereum is green for me. Everything else is down 20% plus, except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's only... Oh, well, that's the same thing. The only reason Bitcoin's not down as much is because I put 10K into Bitcoin this morning. Although even that is down, is red. Gosh darn it. I'm running out of money to like keep buying these dips. Like every time it dips, you buy more. But
I know.
Yeah. Look at this wall of red, guys. 20 open Bitcoin positions. Ouch. Do we have any green?
It just doesn't stop dumping. I don't know what the hell's going on, but...
Yeah, you can only buy the dip for so long, and then you're just out of money.
Exactly.
Nah, you gotta hold.
So, yeah, so one day charts...
That's a great quote. That's a classic You Me BTC quote. You can only buy the dip for so long, and then you're out of money.
It only works.
Exactly. This is my watch list. It was about, I guess if this is a 1 week chart, the biggest dip came about 3 days ago, maybe. Zcash is down, percentage-wise on the week, Dash is down the most at 27% red. Zcash is just barely behind that at 26.6% red. But yeah. Guys, they also have, this is eToro. You can find them at youmeandbtc.com/trade. You'll instantly get a $100,000 virtual portfolio to work with. If you want to compete against us with that virtual money, hey, if everything's down, it might be buy time. This is not investment advice by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a fact that stuff is cheaper right now. So that's what I was saying to Zach. If Zach gets involved, he's going to be way ahead of us because he's going to start $15,000 ahead of me and Tim.
That was my strategy all along. Just
yeah,
and then open a portfolio.
Yeah, it's a good strategy sometimes. So there you have it, guys. It's a social trading platform. They have a news feed. You can follow up on the news, comments on different coins. You can comment on other people's comments, stuff like that. They have 14 cryptos currently. So if I drop in here to trade markets, they also have, I haven't even messed with, but they have like, what would the word be? Intra crypto markets. So you can trade like Bitcoin to Litecoin and stuff like that directly. it's hard for me to wrap my head around so many markets, so I haven't gotten involved in that, but you can if you want to. Tim, I don't have much money left, but we have to do our weekly let Tim make a trade for me so he can screw me over. I'll give you $500, Tim. What am I putting my 500 on?
I would say, I mean, I feel like probably you should be asking Zach this, as he made
All right,
mention
I'll do 500
before.
each. 500 each. Let me see if I can find the full list of cryptos here so Zach knows what he's worth. Oh, yeah, view all. All right, here. Listen closely, Zach. I have $500 that you get to allot for me. Ready? Bitcoin, okay. Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, Cardano, IOTA, Stellar, EOS, Neo, Tron, Zcash, and Tezos.
Wait, are these? Is this like the coin USD pair or the coin like Bitcoin pair?
I'm trading per USD. I'm trading straight from USD into these coins.
I would say,
I guess they're up to 15. I'm showing 15 results here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, guys, we've been lying to you this whole time. They added one. They're up to 15 cryptos.
Oh, nice.
All right, yeah, well, anything...
Okay, so I don't know. I'm not a trader. I talk with a lot of traders on Twitter who knows, but they are bullish on for like this next like altcoin cycle or whatever on Cardano, Tezos, and everyone hates it so much, but it just always fucking pumps.
Ripple.
Exactly. Ripple. You knew it. So I would put it into Cardano, Ripple, and Tezos.
All right. So what's 500 divided by 3? Like 166?
That's that one. Yeah, I think so.
Cardano, 166. Cardano, Ripple, and Tezos, you said?
Yeah. Oh, I hate Ripple so much. It just always pumps.
And Tezos.
Dan, you were in, like, obviously way before me. Did you ever get, because one of the guys I work with was in Bitcoin, like, insanely early. Did you ever get, like, those, like, just a shitload of free Ripple from those Ripple faucets when they first launched?
Oh, no. I never fiddled with Ripple until this virtual portfolio. Never touched it. But, yeah, some people got a lot.
Yeah, and then they gave it like a Bitcoin faucet, but like thousands of XRP, and then they just like sat on it and made a shitload of money. It's pretty funny.
Look at this IOTA plateau. Like, this is one heck of a plateau if I ever saw one.
I don't even know what IOTA does anymore or what it is.
All right, Tim, $500.
I mean, I say still go with some more Stellar.
Okay.
Because that's what I just bought, too.
Why? Stellar is a
Stellar.
Ripple.
What'd you say?
It's a Ripple fork. It's a Ripple fork. It's just Ripple, but
not name. Ripple.
Ripple, but not. Yeah, but I'm counting on the other people not knowing that.
Okay.
So this is that. Let me do candles here. 5 minutes, and zoom out a bit. This is that plateau I was talking about. Oh, I guess it's not much. It only moved from like 25 cents to 26.25 cents. It looked like a much wilder plateau when you couldn't see the numbers, but there you have it. Okay, guys, I got a split, but it's been real, guys. This is eToro. You can find them at meandbtc.com/trade. We'd love if you use that link so they know you found them through us, and we'd appreciate your support in that way. It's been a blast, guys. Thanks for joining us. I will have fun trying to clip. I guess I'll just use the Twitch video, steal the audio from that, and we'll be good to go. Even though I didn't record the whole thing, it's all on Twitch. So, thanks for joining us. As always, in the meantime, until next week, you can find us at meandbtc.com. We're up to about 4 shows. I don't know. Tim's kind of hit or miss lately. Smooth move, Tim. But we've got Tim's 2 cents. We've got Unpopular Opinions with Ryan Tofil. And we've got Is It Worth It with Zach and Joe. All of that is coming out somewhat regularly. So, yeah. See,
I'll be back. I'll be back for more You, Me, and BTC.
Yeah.
I'll be back once I open an eToro account because then I got to trade against you guys. But
and wreck us.
Good times. Yeah, good times.
Good times. Good times. Peace out, guys. It's been a blast. We love you. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.